Hi everyone, and welcome back to yet another video where we dissect ridiculous arguments made by fat activists.
Leave now. That's not about health. That's fat phobia. That's ableism. You don't owe anyone health. Health isn't static. At any point, any able-bodied person could become disabled. And if your partner only wants you to be healthy and that's what they're looking for in a relationship, they don't care about you. This video seems to be about fat phobia, honestly, which is enough for me to say bye, but this is part of a bigger problem too.
Thinking that someone's partner nicely lets them know that they are starting to get worried for their health is fat phobia, and ableism is just mind-boggling. Like what? While yes, there is some variety to the connection between weight and health, there comes a point where you don't have to look at any health charts, ask a doctor, or anything like that. You just have to use your eyes. The person that stitched the video also said that if someone says that means that to you, they don't care about you, but I would beg to differ. Wanting to be with a partner who is healthy to a certain degree isn't any sort of phobic. It is a different story if there is some sort of accident or sudden illness that falls upon the other person, but wanting to be with someone who maintains a somewhat healthy lifestyle, or at least one that doesn't leave you disabled, is wrong. The partner of the first person obviously cares for them and is expressing it in the best way possible by assuring them that they still love them but are worried. And at this point, I don't really know how else this could be dealt with. I guess these people just want everyone to close their eyes and pretend that there is no problem. And even if they don't think or feel that there is a problem, they will know it in the future. Because if you've noticed, there aren't many people saying these things in their 50s, 60s, or older. I think there are not even many people in their 40s. For the most part, people that are spreading the gospel of health at every size are in their 20s and probably don't even grasp the dangers of the situation yet. If they ever will, of course.
If you self-identify as body positive in any way, shape, or form, stop scrolling. I have a challenge for you. When you come across a fat person's page and you want to compliment them, stop yourself before you give a gendered compliment. And I don't mean gendered like beautiful or handsome. That's not the kind of gendering I'm talking about. I mean explicitly gendered. So don't call someone queen. Don't hit them with "you go, girl." Just stop and interrogate why it's important to you to affirm that person's gender. Because that instinct is rooted in fat phobia and transphobia. And as a fat trans person who gets a lot of these comments, a lot of queens thrown around.
What? I mean, I guess the rules on the internet, especially TikTok, is just to use they-them pronouns until you know for sure, but phrases like queen, you go girl aren't really gendered in today's day and age. I feel like at least young people use these words and phrases all the time, no matter the gender. The same with guys. Many people say, "Hi guys," and that doesn't mean that the group they are addressing is full of just males. This is such a weird topic, and IDK what it has to do with fat phobia. Like, honestly, I just don't get it here, but okay.
If you're too fat to walk, that isn't a disability, that's just being fat. Let's talk about this. Many fat people have had the lifelong experience of going to the doctor, showing up with some sort of pain, some sort of symptoms, and being told that the only thing wrong with us is that we're fat and that we need to lose weight. Meaning that our very real symptoms of possible disabilities are being ignored and being diagnosed as just being fat. After our symptoms are dismissed, there's two things that might happen. One, we go away, and regardless of how severe our symptoms are, we try to lose weight, which, assuming you might have that disability that was left undiagnosed, is going to be even harder than it already is to lose weight. Or two, you might already be in so much pain that that's not a possibility. and now you've been sent away without any resources to help. Assuming there is an underlying disability, your symptoms may get worse. As your symptoms worsen, you may lose mobility. And when you lose mobility, you might gain more weight. And I'm not even going to get started on disabilities that cause weight gain, either through fluid retention or other tissue buildup that can't be lost with diet and exercise. After these things happen, that person is going to be fatter and in more pain. In more pain, not because of the fatness, but because their symptoms have been ignored for months, possibly years, allowing an undiagnosed condition to progress to the point of immobility. All because when they initially sought care, they were turned away because their BMI read a number that the doctor didn't like. There is no BMI that means that you cannot run tests on a patient who's coming to you for help. There is no safety-based medical reason to delay diagnosis of a patient who is in pain. So are these people who can't walk disabled, or are they just fat? Because they've been told that they're just fat, and they probably believe that. But had that first medical professional been more vigilant, they could have a diagnosed disability. And they wouldn't know that, and you wouldn't know that, which is why you can't make these assumptions.
Obviously, being too fat to walk is a disability, but it is a self-inflicted one. To a point, it is understandable for someone to be heavier or gain some weight over a short period due to a plethora of reasons, but there has to be a point where you have to take some responsibility for yourself. Getting to a point where your weight is imposed on your mobility is really bad, and to just roll with it instead of doing something about it will lead to an early demise. There is just no point in sugarcoating it. And while, yes, there are definitely some biases coming from the doctors, the reason why many point to the patient's weight when they come in with a problem is because weight actually is the cause of many problems that fat people face. Chronic obesity can seriously affect health by increasing the risk of heart disease, diabetes, joint problems, respiratory issues, certain cancers, fatty liver disease, mental health challenges, reproductive issues, and gastrointestinal problems. It can also lead to higher mortality rates. Maintaining a healthy weight through proper diet, exercise, and medical guidance is crucial to reduce.
You're telling me that Torrid just put out a new line with new fashion and they didn't include a single plus size body? Girl, what? Bitch, come on. I am so forward getting out of the floral with skulls, cold shoulder tops, tunic tops, like things that are so 2010. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Torrid is a plus size clothing brand and just did an ad campaign with no plus size bodies represented. And that's why I made my TikTok yesterday, because if your front page is for plus size bodies to spend money, where are the plus size bodies? Bitch! You can't tell me those bitches are plus size. You can't fucking tell me that.
I just can't anymore. Look, I get it okay. Everyone wants to feel included and represented, but I feel like sometimes these things just get out of hand. Like you need a model of every race, every ethnicity, every nationality, every size, every weight, every gender. It is just tiring at this point, and I feel like people that care so much about this to the point of constantly getting hurt, angry, and frustrated over this should seek some help. Obviously, there should be diversity, of course, but as I said, it is getting out of hand. And honestly, if I were any of these companies, I would just give up, as it is impossible to please everyone. So, as you saw in the video, this person was protesting in front of a thrift store and holding a sign that says, "All stores should carry plus sizes." But it's a thrift store, though? There are many reasons as to why there aren't many plus-sized options at the thrift store, and let me tell you, they have nothing to do with fat phobia. So let's go through all of them. 1. Donations and supply. Thrift stores primarily rely on donations from the community. If there are fewer donations of plus-sized clothing, there will naturally be fewer options available on the racks. This might be due to various reasons, such as people holding on to their larger-sized clothing, donating them to specialized organizations, or simply fewer people of that size donating their clothes. 2. Demand and selection. Thrift stores often stock items that are in demand. If the local customer base is predominantly not in the plus-sized range, thrift stores might allocate less space to these sizes. This can create a cycle where fewer plus-sized people find clothing in their size, leading to reduced demand and less incentive for thrift stores to stock a wider selection. 3. Durability and longevity. Plus-sized clothing may experience more wear and tear over time due to factors such as increased friction, stretching, and stress on seams. As a result, larger-sized clothing might have a shorter lifespan, leading to fewer of these items being donated in good condition. 4. Fast fashion and trends. Thrift stores often reflect fashion trends and the types of clothing that are popular at a given time. Fast fashion has dominated the market for a while, and these clothes are often designed for smaller sizes. As a result, thrift stores might have more of these sizes available due to trends in the fashion industry. 5. Resale and donations to specialized organizations. Some plus-sized individuals might prefer to donate or sell their clothes through specialized channels or organizations that cater specifically to their size range. This can lead to fewer plus-sized items being available in traditional thrift stores. 6. Quality control. Thrift stores often have quality control standards for items they accept. If plus-sized clothing is more likely to have issues like stretched-out elastic, loose seams, or signs of wear due to its larger size, it might not meet these standards as frequently. So again, it is just ridiculous to claim that the first stores not having enough plus-sized options is fatphobic. Okay, I think this was enough fat acceptance TikToks for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, and I'm going to see you in the next one.